This is weird framing. Here we go. Hello friends, welcome or welcome back. I'm in a really bad mood. So I went out to mail some packages. One was a shipment for merch from my website, and the other one was just a package for a friend that I've been meaning to send for so long. And I finally went out and did it. I didn't have enough money to mail both the packages. What I did was I only sent the one to the customer, obviously. I went and personally dropped off the other package to my friend, and they were very understanding and kind and hugged me and made me feel a lot better. But just, I didn't cry yesterday, and on the car ride from the post office to my friend's building, I cried a little bit, just a little bit. I was mad because, I don't know, on the way to the post office, I put $10 of change into my gas tank so that I would have enough money to mail both these packages. But I needed to get some bubble wrap and a box to mail one of them in, so it put me $5 over the amount of money I had in my bank account. Which is fine. I'm just so frustrated. It makes me so mad. And that's what we're here to talk about today. Welcome. This is so flat. I can't sit still, so I'm gonna try to braid my hair. Actually, I'm gonna put on lipstick and then try to braid my hair. Sorry, I just got a text and I wanted to make sure it wasn't an emergency. Hypervigilance! I made like a shady comment on a video. Somebody suggested, like not even in a rude way, that I upgrade my audio equipment. And I'm so mad because I couldn't afford to mail a package and I had to pay for gas in quarters today. I responded with, my Patreon is always in the description. Which, like, my thought process was, if you're gonna make suggestions, I suggest that you fund them. Snap, 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 snap. But that's rude. It's so rude! But I can't take it back. I can't delete my comment. I should probably just respond to them again and be like, edit. Sorry, I'm so fucking grumpy today. But also, like, I don't appreciate unsolicited advice about the technical aspects of my videos because, like, I know they suck. I'm learning and also recording on my phone because I can't afford to buy new batteries for my camera. Ah, womp womp, am I right? Anyway, I still need the mirror for braiding. God damn it. Whatever that was, it scared the shit out of me. Right. So I then made a tweet being like, hey, if you're gonna suggest, or if you notice things that could use improvement in a YouTube video, maybe don't come in advice ablazing. Because it really made me anxious. I think it literally triggered me because I got mad and started crying and it just frustrated me. And it made me think about how complicated it is to have a disability that makes it hard for you to work. Or just anything. To have difficulty going to work, having financial struggles because of it. It sucks. And I want to say for anybody who feels like people who go on disability or are trying to get on disability, but Jason Kenney cut a bunch of funding to it, so we'll see if I'll ever be able to get on it. Well, thanks. Fuck you, Jason Kenney. Anyway, people who say that they can't go to work are not lazy. People who say that they cannot go to work are not looking for attention and handouts. People who say that they cannot go to work and are desperately crying for help are not looking for attention. People who say that they can't go to work say so when it is the only option that we have. To finally submit to your illness and realize I need a little bit of extra help because I am not capable of financially supporting myself due to my illness. First, that's not submitting. It is strong as heck to be able to own the fact that you need help. What am I knocking over? Oh, my balls. Yay, my balls dropped. I cannot tell you how many times I have gone to work when I probably shouldn't have because I needed to not let the illness win. You know? I don't like to throw the word ableist around willy-nilly, but I think it is a very ableist outlook to think like, well, why can't you just go get a job as like, insert traditionally easy job here? It's not that easy. I have worked in retail, which for someone who has complex trauma from an abusive childhood, retail is not a safe environment, according to the mind and body. So being in constant fight or flight makes it really hard to get a job done. I've worked in a liquor store, which was fine. I actually really liked that job. Sometimes there would be conflict. The first night that I was working, it wasn't my first shift, but it was my first night shift. A girl had something happen to her behind a dumpster in the same complex as the liquor store. That job was not for me, obviously. I worked as a windshield repair technician in an orange tent in a parking lot for a little while during college, and I enjoyed that a lot. I left that job to pursue my career in film, and I do not regret that at all. But like, that job was fine, but it also involved a lot of interactions that I didn't know it at the time, but were quite triggering for me because I wasn't in therapy yet. I had no idea what trauma was. I literally thought PTSD was only for veterans, as many people do. But that job, I could not do that job today. It's just a retail situation, and with the political climate in Alberta right now, I would not feel safe in that job today. I could not be a cashier at like a grocery store because the interaction and having to be a friendly face and deal with people, especially during the holidays, that is a hard job for mentally healthy people to do. So for someone with complex trauma involving being verbally berated every day of my life for 24 and a half years, I'm sorry, but I literally, for my health, physically cannot work in that job. What I can do is what I was trained for. I can work on set because it's a very different dynamic. Like, you still have a boss, but it is the boss of your department that you work very closely with. And also on many of the jobs that I do, I am the only one in my department. I am the boss of my department when I'm not an assistant, like on things where I'm the only artist. I don't like to work above people. I don't like to work below people because I am so emotionally dysregulated, and it's getting better and it's getting easier, and I'm not saying I will never be able to do any of these jobs, but what I'm saying is, at this point in my life, it is near impossible for me to do that job and continue to heal. So anyway, yeah, I'm a makeup artist. I love it, and many times it is the perfect job for me. But there are other times when I'm working on movie sets, when it's not a script that I wrote or was sent to read in advance, I will often be exposed to triggering stuff, and that's just a part of the job. And oh, it sucks that my heart is in something that involves storytelling, because many of the stories worth telling are tragic, traumatic, triggering, oof, beautiful, all of them, but not something that my therapist would recommend that I go watch after, you know? So it's just really hard. But the one thing that I love to do, that I find that I can do because it's me sitting here in a room by myself, is this. I love to talk I love to talk about myself. No, but like, I really enjoy helping other people feel less alone in their trauma recovery, because every single time somebody says that I've helped to make them feel less alone, it helps me to feel less alone. Something about complex trauma is that it's very isolating, because oftentimes it's stemming from some sort of isolation during childhood. For myself, I was isolated from my family members, and there was a lot of brainwashing. I don't think I want to get into any more than that. It was abusive too. That many times I had marks on my body and many marks on my brain that I'm trying very hard to erase. It's lonely, and it makes you hate yourself sometimes because you don't know what's wrong with you and why you're this way. But once you kind of realize what's going on, don't tell Aladdin I stole his catchphrase, but it's a whole new world. It literally is. And I think that's my passion, is processing my trauma in front of a camera and putting it out there, hoping that it will help somebody else process theirs, and hopefully getting to therapy, because I've never shared this on the internet before. I've never shared this on the internet before, but now's as good a time as any.